Yo, I asked a bunch of people in Politics and War 5 questions to which they could respond with agree, slight agree, refrain from commenting, unsure, slight disagree, and disagree. I hope this will be at least interesting for some people and enjoy. Starting off with question 1. Buying credits in Politics and War in 2026 could be considered a good thing.
I heavily disagree. If you buy credits, literally, if you buy credits, all you're doing is you're showing Alex that he doesn't have to put any effort in and he can treat this game as a cash cow forever. If you make his revenue drop, maybe he'll wake up and start thinking, maybe I have to do something. Maybe they've stopped buying the credits. The game's gonna die. I have to fucking wake up. So yeah, you should not buy credits.
Whilst Morf is also of the opinion that this game should not be supported financially, he does acknowledge that buying credits makes strategic sense in a way that it gives you and your alliance a slight advantage over others, and that there's some merit to buying credits, and thus he slightly disagrees instead of fully disagrees. Whilst Fine doesn't like the idea of supporting Alex, she thinks that the game will shut down before it will get updated if people stop buying credits, thus being unsure. Mastermind and Hoffy also agree that they don't really think the game is worth the money, but since people do still enjoy it, and even they might still enjoy it, it can't be bad to spend credits on it, and are both unsure. Question 2. Foreign Affairs departments get treated unfairly as more important compared to other departments.
I would say I slightly disagree, and here's why, right? Because they don't get unfairly treated as more important. They are more important. Like, FA is the most important thing in the alliance. It determines everything else you do, right? Mm-hmm. So if say you're going to war in 3 months, right? If you're going to war in 3 months, that changes like how many cities you're gonna buy. That changes how much war chest you're gonna save. That changes how you're gonna do your IA. That changes how ready you have to be MA wise. It changes everything. If your FA is shit, all the other departments don't matter at all. So it's, yes, FA is the most important, but I think people treat FA people as some sort of like geniuses or something. They're not. They're just like, that's just what they do. It's there's people that do econ, like Sketchy, for example. Sketchy's an econ guy, but he's probably the best FA person in the game right now.
Morf and Mastermind both fully disagree, as they both think FA is deservedly the most important department in the game. Whilst Fine and Hoffy disagree for the opposite reason, that they find that FA often doesn't actually get treated as being more important than the other departments. Question 3. Anything diplomatic that causes a stir in Politics and War, even if most consider it to be bad or unjust, it's good for the game.
I slightly agree, right? The only reason I'm not fully agreeing is because it depends. Because if you break a nap or something, that doesn't do anything. Like, you can't, there's a limit, right? Like, as long as you respect the rules, like the general rules that are good for you as well, like not breaking a nap, shit like that. Like, backstabbing people is pretty bad, but it's content for the game, right? Yeah. So yeah, I would say I slightly agree. There's limits, right? If you break certain rules, like MPO, like if you do outrageous shit to the point where you're killing the game, then it's obviously not good for the game.
Fine agrees, but acknowledges that there are some exceptions, such as the data leak that happened. Morf slightly agrees. Mastermind disagrees, as he's of the opinion that things that cause a stir can definitely be bad for the game. Whilst Hoffy slightly agrees, as they admit that they love drama, but will add to that there's often drama being created out of things that are not actually there. Question 4. Having more small alliances makes for a better experience as opposed to having few bigger ones.
I agree. Yeah, that's definitely true. We do need more support alliances. Like the reason we can't do like minispheres anymore, I think the idea of minispheres is completely dead, and it's not because people don't want to do them. That's also true currently. That could change, but I'm pretty sure we're never gonna get them back because there's not enough alliances out there anymore. Like it's all majors now. It's majors fighting majors. It's majors allying majors. There's no support. There's very few support alliances anymore. So yeah, I do think we need more of them. That's definitely true. But yeah, I think I agree with that.
Hoffy also agrees and adds that they think that merging alliances to create super alliances is actually not great for the game, and those alliances naturally will be better. Mastermind agrees, but admits that consolidation is needed to stay competitive. Morf and Fine slightly disagree, with Fine emphasizing that smaller alliances merging makes that alliance more active. Single-handedly, like, you know, as a player base, as a community, keep it going. But
I actually have a hot take on that. Oh, okay.
I'll add it
So
in,
I have
I'll
a
add
hot
it
take, and that's that we don't necessarily need updates. Like obviously that stands. The game is stale, right? Obviously, but that I don't think that's the thing that's killing the game. The game has been stale for 10 years, more than that. The game has been stale since after the first few years. I mean, really, even in 2018-19, we're saying the game is stale. And then we had MPLT, and we thought the game was dead, and then the game wasn't dead. And the reason it wasn't dead is because it had an influx of new players. That's what kept the game alive. And the content of this game isn't the game. Nobody plays it for the game. What keeps you motivated to play is the aspect of the world, right? If the world is shrinking and the players aren't active, you don't want to play. It feels boring, it feels stale, right? But if there's a huge influx of new players, if new players are constantly coming up, the politics are changing, there's new people in leaderships, there's new alliances being made, the game's interesting. You don't have to change any of the mechanics, just the fact that there's new players, there's more players, there's new alliances, it makes the game fun. So I feel like the main thing where Alex fucked up is that he stopped trying to advertise the game, he stopped pushing the game, and he just allowed the game to stagnate in terms of player count. I think if he invests a lot of money to advertise it, he can keep it alive for another 10 years easily. But he's not gonna do that because I don't know.
That's interesting. I know he did like some AI advertisements fucking like recently. But the problem is that, I don't know, have you seen that picture of like the advertisement? And it's like some guy.
Haven't.
It's like some guy, an AI art of some guy looking at a screen, and it's like a bunch of nations in Europe, and it's like politics and war play now, something like that. Which is literally false advertising, but that's beside the point. I think actually that the way he advertises the game is just, he advertises it as something that it isn't.
Well, he targets the wrong demographic. He's targeting people that I'm pretty sure Alex doesn't even know what his game is. I think he's a little bit out of touch with what he's even made here. He's never been a player of this game, and I feel like after a few years, he's kind of lost touch with the game. But the thing is, who are the people that actually play this game? They're your Paradox nerds that play Hoi 4, Victoria, EU4, EU5, shit like those are your players. Is your nerds that play like simulation games like Factorio and shit. That's your target demographic. Those are the people you're targeting. But he's never targeted those people. The only time he's successfully targeted those people is an accident, when someone did it for him. Whenever Drew Durnell played the game briefly, it targeted that exact group of people, and that exact group of people kept the game alive for years. I'm up to this day, we're still enjoying the fruits of that video, and that happened in like 2020-21. And 6 years later, the game's alive because of that one video. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't need much.